Well, this is Thursday night at the Y, and normally it's stand-up comedy, but today, because my dad bought me some steel drums, I'm going to be doing sitting-down comedy. Tonight I'm going to be a comedian because I'm going to be telling 6 jokes, and they're all going to be about infidelity. So raise your hand. How many people have been cheated upon? Raise your hand. And with both hands, raise it if you've ever cheated. Okay, now here's the deal. Comedy is such that if it's too close to the truth, it's not funny. So if I offend anybody, I'm sorry. This kettle drum or the steel drum is going to be the interlude. So what we have here is we have jokes, and I'm going to be doing No Woman, No Cry. If you guys can help me sing along a little bit here for the interlude, that'd be great. So we'll start it off. Ready? No woman, no cry. No woman, no cry. Okay. You guys like that, huh? Okay. 2 newlyweds were arguing on their honeymoon, and the woman said, you know, honey, I want to know how many women you slept with. How many guys have ever been asked that question? Now, there's no right answer. The woman says, look, I'm not going to get mad, just tell me. He says, no, you're going to get mad. She says, no, I'm not. Cross my heart. I swear to God, I'm not going to get mad. He goes, if you promise, she goes, I promise. He goes, okay, let me think. There was 1, 2, 3, 4, you, 5, 6. You didn't like that one, A Marine was stationed in the South Pacific, and he wrote his wife and said, honey, it's boring here and there are a lot of beautiful native women. Would you please send me something to help me while away the hours and keep my mind on these beautiful women? Keep my mind off of them. So she sends him a harmonica and says, honey, I love the harmonica. Will you please learn how to play it? A year later, he gets transferred back home. And he goes home and he grabs his wife and says, honey, I want to make love to you right now. She says, great, that's a great idea, but first, play me something on this harmonica.
I can sew.
Gotta write that down. A policeman got out 2 hours early at 4 in the morning and went home to his wife. And because she was asleep in the bedroom, he didn't turn on the light. And he took off his clothes in the dark and put it on the bed. And said, hey, she says, honey, before you get into bed, I have a splitting headache. Just absolutely, I cannot stand it. Will you please go to the drugstore and get me some pain medication? So he walks the 3 blocks to the all-night drugstore, and when he walks in the door, the pharmacist looks at him really funny and says, hey, don't I know you? And the guy goes, of course you know me. He goes, aren't you a policeman? He says, yeah, you know I'm a policeman. He goes, then why are you wearing the fire chief's uniform? No woman, no cry. The guy wants to know if both his wife and his mistress are faithful to him, so he sends them on the same cruise, and he has them watch each other, and when they get back, he calls up his wife, or he talks to his wife, and he goes, what about that woman? How was her behavior? She says, well, that was a fucking hoe. I couldn't believe that slut. She fucked everybody she could on that cruise, and 2 people a couple nights. He's like, oh my God, I'm so disappointed. So he asks the mistress about his wife. He says, hey, what about her? And the mistress says, oh, she was a perfect lady. She came on board with her husband and stayed by his side the whole cruise. No woman, no cry. The guy walks into a bar, orders a beer,
As they often do.
and says, "Hey, here's your beer, it's 25 cents. The guy goes, "That's a pretty good deal for 25 cents. You got anything to eat?" He goes, "Yeah, we got a great steak dinner. It's a 16-ounce New York steak dinner with potatoes and another side, and you get dessert with the thing. And it's only $1. And the guy says to the bartender, he says, $1 for a steak dinner and 25 cents for a beer. How can you make any money? How can you turn a profit at that prices?" He goes, "I don't know. You're going to have to ask the owner. But right now, he's upstairs with my wife." He goes, "Well, what's he doing upstairs with your wife?" He says, "Well, he's doing the same thing to my wife and I'm doing to his business downstairs." No woman, no cry. Help me out, guys. No woman, no cry.
Hey, Brandon.
This is my last one, so you guys gotta laugh at this one. Woman's in a bar, a guy picks her up, they go out to the parking lot in the back seat. The guy makes love to her for 45 minutes straight. She still wants more, she can't get enough. Tires the guy out, he says, "Oh my God, I can't do this anymore." Decides to have a smoke break. Goes outside, sees the guy changing a tire. Waves the guy over, says, "Hey, there's a woman inside the car. She wants more. I'm done. If you want to go in there, it's super dark in there. She probably won't even know the difference. And even if she does, she probably won't care." How many people would take up that offer? Raise your hand. Okay. Has anybody ever had that offer? So the guy goes in the car, and for 10 minutes he's giving the woman the business as good as he can, and just then there's a knock on the window. Come. And it's a cop, so he crocks the window. And the cop shines the flashlight in the car and says, "Hey, what are you doing in there?" The guy says, "I'm making love to my wife." And he says, "Well, how come you can't do that at home?" He says, "Because I didn't realize it was my wife until you shined the light inside the car." No woman, no cry.
Yeah!
No woman, no cry. I want to thank you here on the live. And it only takes one joke up here. Anybody wants to come up? Next time, definitely come up next time. Telling jokes releases all kinds of endorphins. So have a big round of applause one more time.
When are you going up?
Here we go. Give it up for Mark. He's floating into the vocal.
No, that's it at all.
All right.